Have you ever wondered what shadow work actually is and whether it's something that can help you? In this video, I want to offer a brief introduction to shadow work and how it can help you reconnect with your true self. Welcome back to The Reflective Soul, a channel about personal evolution through awareness. So let's get into it. Today, we're talking about shadow work. The concept of the shadow was popularized by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. When we talk about the shadow, we're referring to unconscious parts of ourselves. And it's important to know these parts aren't bad. Most of the time, they formed as a way to protect us, especially when we were young. But when parts stay hidden, they don't disappear. They continue to influence how we think, how we react, and the patterns we repeat in our lives. Shadow work is essentially the practice of becoming aware of those unconscious parts, the ones we learn to suppress or hide. These can include traits, emotions, or impulses that conflict with our self-image or with societal expectations. When these parts are ignored or rejected, we learn to fragment ourselves as a coping mechanism, just to feel like we belong in our world. The primary goal of shadow work is to bring these hidden aspects into conscious awareness. In doing so, this helps us to accomplish four main things. First, it increases our self-awareness, our ability to recognize and accept parts of ourselves that have been ignored or rejected. Second, it helps us to heal psychological wounds by addressing unresolved issues and emotional pain from the past. Third, it helps improve our relationships. By understanding our own triggers and behaviors, we're able to communicate more clearly and compassionately with others. And fourth, it promotes growth by encouraging authenticity through integrating all aspects of the self. As we become conscious of our fragmented selves and learn to accept and even embrace the parts we once feared or denied, we begin the process of becoming whole. And by addressing unresolved pain and issues from the emotional past, we start to heal ourselves. It is this personal growth that leads to greater meaning and happiness. Shadow work can be approached in a variety of ways. One method is through journaling, writing about your feelings, triggers, or experiences to uncover hidden emotions. Another method is through therapy, where you work with a mental health professional who can guide you through the exploration of your shadow. And a third method is meditation, using mindfulness to connect with unconscious thoughts and feelings. And fourth, a method is visualization, imagining conversations with different parts of yourselves to understand their needs and motivations. Shadow work helps us to achieve more balance by embracing both the light and the dark sides. I talk a lot about authenticity and becoming your true self, but it's also important to talk about why that can feel so difficult. Often we think it's because we're missing something, but really we're just disconnected from parts of ourselves that didn't feel safe to be expressed at some point. And we disconnected from those parts because we didn't feel they were worthy of love. Shadow work doesn't just bring fragmented parts to awareness, so they're no longer operating unconsciously. It also helps us to understand ourselves more deeply by exploring why we felt the need to deny those parts in the first place. And when we bring our shadow aspects into the light and name them, something really amazing happens. We take the power away from the negativity we associated with them. We stop seeing them as bad or wrong, which means we stop seeing ourselves as bad or wrong, or incomplete or broken. We begin to feel more confident, more self-assured, and we discover more self-love than we had before. And when that happens, we no longer feel the need to wear masks for acceptance because we've learned to accept ourselves. And that's what shadow work really heals. If you're new to shadow work and want to try something simple, consider this. The next time you feel triggered or uncomfortable or resistant, ask yourself 3 questions. What am I feeling right now? When have I felt this before? And what part of me might be trying to protect me? There's no need to fix anything or judge what comes up. Awareness alone is often enough to begin shifting patterns. You can try journaling, spending time in quiet reflection, or simply sitting with those challenging feelings as they arise. Shadow work isn't about changing who you are. It's about remembering who you've always been and coming home to your whole self. If this resonates with you, know that you are not alone, and you don't have to rush this process. Thank you for being here and for being willing to look inward. And until next time, continue to discover, align, and grow. And thanks for watching.